As y'all know, I follow Nino Brown and Papa Duck. And my today's session is going to be, I call it past and present. And I watched Nino Brown. And one of the things he talked about is knowing where you come from and where you're going. So I'm going to start my session out today about asking, who you was, who you were once, who you are today, and who you will be, and who you will be in the future. So to my young people, I ask who you was, who you once was. A lot of my kids today, they got these nicknames. Little Pookie, Little Joe Bob, Little Savage, and a lot of our kids they've been called by these nicknames for so long, so they really don't. They forget about who they are as a person, who they really are, and we gotta we got to change the narrative when it comes to our kids. Uh, so I'm asking start my session out today is who you was. So a lot of my kids, most of my kids, they're on probation, or most of my kids, I asked them last week, do you know what an at-risk youth are? And most of them didn't know, and I kind of explained to them that what an at-risk youth is, and we got off into it, and I was telling them some of the disadvantages and advantages of being an at-risk youth. Uh, you got a lot of parents, a lot of kids don't have father figures. They're in single parent homes. Mom may be at work, or mom just, one of those generation curses to where mom just don't follow the kids. Kids have to just wilding out in the street doing what they can. You know, most kids they fall peer pressure or they fall into the fact that they want the nice Jordan shoes and they can't get the Jordan shoes and mom can't afford the Jordan shoes, or they want the nice jeans, or they want this Xbox and they can't get it. So what they do is when they got all this idle time, when they're out there in the streets, then they're able to see things. They start mimicking what they see in the streets and glorifying what they see in the streets. So before you know it, somebody done put a sack in their hand. Now they out there trying to hustle, or they out there robbing, and they out there stealing, trying to make a way for themselves to where they can get what they need. So uh, your name starts ringing in the community. Your name starts ringing in the streets, and before you know it, here it is, little Pookie over here. He's known for pulling his gun out, or he's known for robbing and stealing, and before you know it, he's caught up in the system. He's on probation now. Now his name is, or he got gang affiliate, he got gang ties. So now that's who he was. And once he gets in the system, then he's paired with someone like myself, a mentor, to where I gotta take him and show him or try to keep him encouraged and keep him from getting discouraged, to show him that there is a way out, that all those things that he wants out there doing, that he can continue to do the same thing. On this time, he's doing it in a positive light. You're not there taking from nobody else. And what you want, you learn how to work for what you want, or go out there and just do what you can to legitimize yourself, make everything legal that you're doing. So that's where we get to the point where we come up with a contingency plan. We start out we teaching about short term goals versus long term goals. You can't get it all at one time. That's just like when you're playing football. You need 10 yards. If you get 4 yards here, then you got 6 more yards to go. Then you work on getting that other 6 yards. And the ultimate goal is to get 10 yards at a time to eventually you have a touchdown. And that's what we have today with our kids. We got to teach our kids how to just, the shortcomings, not to try to get it all at one time. So today, when we ask you who you was, that's one of the things that you once was this good little kid and you were doing great things, and then you got caught up and started doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. Then you get caught up. Now here we are today. We're trying to fix it to where we can get you back on the right track. And by us coming up with this contingency plan, what we do is we incentivize you for doing good. We get out there and teach you, mold you, and show you what's right and show you what's wrong. And once you do that, then you ask yourself, who you will be today. You start out as this straight A student, and then you got caught up. You got you got labeled a jacker or a robber or a stealer, and that was your past. Now here it is today. You're in trade school. You're a HVAC tech now. You going to school to be an HVAC tech, or you going to school to be a welder, and or you just going to college now. And when your future was tainted, all of a sudden you got with the right somebody, and they started and suing them and putting the right things in you. Now you're off to a great start, and that's where we are today. I got another motivational speaker that I share a lot of information. His name is Papa Ducks, and one of the segments he talked about today, he had some gentlemen on there, and one of them said he had 27. He did 27 years. One did 36 years. One did 20 years, and all of them said that what they did was they was innocent, and they all did a total of 270 years. And one of the things they were saying is that you have to be careful when you're out there doing wrong. You get caught up and you don't have money to get you no attorney. Then the DA, the public defenders, they get out there and they make deals with the courts because they say, hey, you owe me this and you owe me that. But now what happens is your life is put on display. Now here it is. You done got 20 plus years for something you really didn't do, but you didn't have money to go out there and get you a real attorney. And what happens is now when you was out there doing wrong, you wasn't putting your money back. You was out there just balling in the free world balling. You was out there buying your jewelry, buying clothes, doing everything, smoking and drinking. When you should have been trying to, if you're gonna get out there and do wrong, you put your money back where you can legitimize yourself, because any type of crime that you do, it ain't gonna last forever. It's not gonna last forever, and it is what it is. But that's what's happening in the court system. You get caught up, and you end up going to jail. And then once you're in there, then all that time, you had time to reflect and time to think about what I should have did, which goes back to my initial question was who you was, who you are today, and who you gonna be in the present, in the future. So that's gonna be my subject today with my young people here, and we're gonna get a quicker understanding as to which direction they're gonna go in their life. Because if they don't get it right today, they'll have a whole bunch of time to try and think about how they're gonna get it right. And it may just be too late, and it might not be too late. But just the idea of knowing that when you got somebody in your corner gonna look out for you or make ways for you, then it is what it is. So I get back with y'all and kind of give y'all my progress, my report, and we'll go from there. Y'all have a good day.